Hello, and welcome to Guard Duty. This is quiet dignity and grace. Like, hate, share, scribe, comment if you need to. Links for things are where I keep the linky stuff. Patreon, PayPal. Notification bell because reasons. Back to running. Midnight show, 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. At least till I'm done with this and then find another one. I thank you for watching. I do thank you for your time. Let's rock. Hopefully laugh.
Are these instructions? If only I could read the text. This looks like some sort of burial crypt. There's more text here. Maybe I can find a book to help translate it. Some sort of ancient text is written atop the page. These look like mountains. Big ones too. Some sort of river, possibly? Wrapped around mountains. I swear I've seen this before. I'm not sure what that is, but it reaches far across the map. I'm guessing these are trees. What does this sigil mean? Hey there, I've got a few questions.
What's puzzling you?
So, what's the oldest book you've got?
Why, that'd be the Royal Register. It's been around as long as this castle. Your name will be in there somewhere. And mine.
So it's not just for royals?
Oh no. Everyone who's worked in the castle gets added to the register. Eventually. My father's in there, and his father before him.
Neat! Can I see?
I'm afraid the register's off limits to folk like us. Is there anything else I can help you with?
So, how'd you end up working in the library?
Here? Well, it's kind of a long story. You sure you've got the time?
I'm in a bit of a rush, but I'm a sucker for a good story.
Is that so? Well, you come to the right place.
Go on, give me the highlights.
All right, I'll make it quick. You see, I was born here in Wrinklewood, but a stone's throw from the castle. My family owned the house by the gates, and each morning I'd wake up to the sun breezing beyond the wall. As I was growing up, my father would always tell the best stories. Tall tales of the world beyond the gates. Tales of how he travelled from the 7 cities, met my mother in Basilwick, and built a house here in Wrinklewood. I guess I was always more interested in the things out there than I was in here. When I came of age, I couldn't hold my curiosity back. It was time to see the lands for myself. I travelled far and wide, meeting quite the collective along the way. I picked up work where I could and never looked back. I found myself settling in a small town not dissimilar to this, called Ardington. You might have heard of it.
Wasn't that the place that,
Yeah. Burnt to the ground. Truly tragic. I lost a lot of good friends that day.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Ah, what's life without a little tragedy? Besides, that was where my book turned a new leaf. Or page, you could say. The kind folk of Wrinklewood were truly supportive in their efforts to help us Ardingtons. For weeks, we were sifting through rubble, trying to salvage anything of worth. Sadly, there was little left of the town library. Many folk still blame us for the fire, you know?
Us?
Oh, mind my words. Seems I jumped the gun a little there. There were 3 of us, the bookkeepers of Arding House. Alas, my colleagues weren't so fortunate.
So what? You moved back to Wrinklewood and became our bookkeeper?
Exactly that. I think my mother appreciated the help. Despite her best efforts, she's not as young as she used to be. No.
Wow, you've gone through so much and yet...
No more than most folk. But I'm glad to say I've seen the lands.
Well, colour me impressed.
Oh, nothing a brave guard like yourself hasn't seen before, right?
Yeah, sure. Anyways, I best be going. Thanks for the story.
Don't mention it. Oh, you really should consider signing up. Plenty more stories to be found across our shelves.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Pop by any time.
Thanks. Do you have anything on creepy old forgotten languages? I've got this old book, you see.
Sure. Of course, you'll need to be a member to access the collection.
But there's lives at stake.
Sorry, sir. Rules are rules.
Drat.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it. That's what I'm here for. Thank you, Gwenifer?
Oh, yeah, that's me. You can call me Gwen.
Okay, Gwen. You're free to peruse the books at your leisure. If you have any questions, just ask. You'll find we have quite an impressive collection.
Thanks. This is where they keep the books starting with A. I can't take that. How would anyone find the books? There must be hundreds of books here. I should speak to the librarian if I want to find anything specific. There must be hundreds of books here. I should speak to the librarian if I want to find anything specific. There must be hundreds of books here. I should speak to the librarian if I want to find anything specific.
What's that you've got there?
It's this creepy old book. I think it might be holding the secret to saving Theremin. It's all written in gibberish.
Well, we do happen to have quite a collection of language books. You can find our collection in section E, under Ancient Language and Literature.
Thanks. I can't take that. How would anyone find the books? I can't reach it from here. The dark arts. A Beginner's Guide to the Path of Sin. Book 1. Demonic Verse and How to Speak in Tongues. Now, to translate that creepy book.
So from what I gather, the Shoggoth was buried here in the northern region. Looks like Ferriman's kidnappers buying into a blood sacrifice, except it's not his blood he'll be spilling. He who offers the royal blood will be forever granted the vitality of gods. This is serious. I need to get to the northern region before he does. There's no time to waste.
A demonic sigil that marks the burial site. A sign of the occult. This is some pretty serious stuff. A royal sacrifice upon the crypt of the wicked. So this is where he's taken Ferriman. It says here the crypt is buried deep within a skull-capped mountain. Banished to rise again. It seems that after the battle at the Elder Scar, an otherworldly demon was buried deep within the northern region. They killed a god. Hold on a second. This whole page, it's a summoning ritual. A sacrifice of royal virgin blood for an eternity of immortality. I can't let him go through with this. I need to find this guy, fast. Buried deep within the skull-capped mountain. This must be where he's headed. Let's hope he hasn't got that far. To travel far beyond the winding rivers. They must mean the Serpent's Kiss, whoever they are. Where gods and men scorch the earth. They say the Elder Scar was once the site of a great battle, one where brave men fought amongst the gods. I bet that's what they mean. It leads down to the castle dungeon. It's locked tight.
I'd be held for high treason if caught messing with the castle flora. I've got no need for pretty flowers anyway.
Hey there!
Ah, yes, Tonbert, isn't it?
That's me.
And how can I help you today, Tonbert?
So, where were you when the sun rose this morning?
This morning, I was in my quarters, resting. A man of my age needs his sleep. I'm not as fit as I used to be, that's for sure.
And have you, perchance, seen anything remotely suspicious this morning?
You mean, apart from the part where you were thrown out of the castle and nothing but your long johns?
Yeah, I'm trying to forget that bit.
Not really, lad. No. I was, however, a little perplexed upon arriving to my post this morning.
How so?
Well, you see, Each night, when retreating to my chambers, I make sure that all of my papers are locked away safely in this here podium. Except this morning, they were not. The podium was unlocked, and a number of my papers were strewn across the floor. Troublesome children, no doubt.
Sounds mighty suspicious to me. I'll take note of it, thanks.
If you could get to the bottom of it, I'd be most grateful. Can't have layabouts messing around with the royal records.
That was very informative, thanks. I'll leave them. Most of these taste queer anyway. If you'd care to spare a minute, sir, I have a few questions.
Go on then, but be quick with it. I've got work to do.
So, where were you when the sun rose this morn?
What's it to you?
I'll have you know I'm investigating a matter of the utmost importance. The sudden, mysterious disappearance of Princess Ferrimin. You wouldn't have happened to see anything suspicious, would you?
Look, lad, I don't know what you're expecting, but much like the rest of the townsfolk, I was laying my head. Woke up shortly after sunrise, had some toast, and went to work.
Okay, sounds believable.
So the princess is missing.
Terrible, isn't it?
Can't imagine the king's happy.
You could say that. Last I saw, the man was practically drowning in sorrow.
Let me guess, you're going to be the one to bring her back.
Sure am.
I'll believe it when I see it. You sure she didn't just run off with some young prince from one of the neighbouring kingdoms?
You should watch your tongue. Ferrimin would never do such a thing.
Wouldn't be so sure of that, lad.
So you've not seen anything in the slightest bit suspicious?
Not a lot to see in here. Although, now you mention it... Yeah, that's right. There was something. Shortly after lunch it happened. I was here, as usual, working the anvil, when all of a sudden this mysterious cloaked stranger turns up. Skinny guy with a fancy-looking golden staff. Didn't look like he'd eaten for days. Turns up demanding liquor, spouting all this nonsense about the world ending. I sent him on his way.
A mysterious cloaked figure with a golden staff. There's something fishy going on round here. Anything new to report?
I've told you all I know, mate. Be on your way. I'm busy here.
Stay vigilant, citizen.
You what?
Thanks for your time.
Be seeing you.
A variety of schematics for crafting arms. One for each of the houses of the southern kingdoms. What's all this about then?
Leave me alone, would you?
A variety of tools used for metalwork, mostly hammers and tongs. I should ask the blacksmith if I want to borrow any of his tools. If you'd care to spare a minute, sir, I have a few questions.
Go on then, but be quick with it. I've got work to do.
Thanks for your time.
Be seeing you.
This leads back to the streets of Wrinklewood. Coal, black and sooty. I don't fancy carrying around a lump of coal all day. I was a needle, this is where I would hide. Not got much use for a handful of hay.
Please, sir, spare me a penny. Thank you, kind sir.
Got a trophy for that. Assassin's Greed. Hardy har 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 har.
Please, sir, spare me a penny.
Looks like I took the last one. The people of Wrinklewood are known as some of the stingiest around, and the least lucky. Hey there!
Keep your hands to yourself.
Have you got a minute to talk?
He speaks. You see that Medusa root did the trick? What can I help you with, lad?
So, what's your story?
Story? What do you mean, lad?
Well, you know, tell me about yourself. A man of your stature must have seen his fair share of excitement.
Aye, that we have. You sure you've got the time?
Sure, I love a good backstory.
Well, it all started back in the port of Bezelwick. Barry and I was working on a job. Simple smuggling run, nothing fancy. The sort of thing we've done 100 times over. You meet a guy, pick up the package, slip the ferryman a couple of coin and drop off at the next port. It was easy work and well paid to boot. Mind you, all good things have to come to an end. You see, Barry here didn't exactly have the strongest legs for seafaring. Was normally a problem. We just slip a couple of locust berries and sleep through the night in the ship's hold. But this particular trip went a little different. Have you ever heard of the men with no noses?
The, men without noses?
Nasty folk. Want nothing more than to take what's not theirs. You see, these are folk who live for the sea. Born and bred on nothing but hardtack and seawater. Certainly not the type you would want to spend the night with. Anyway, we was about 3 skips from our port when this monster of a vessel came out of nowhere. I looked deaf in the eye that night. Literally. Those guys look like they come fresh from the grave. Faces like a cat's arse. Skin hanging from their bones. I swear, those men ain't human. Not no more.
Didn't like the look of them one bit.
Barry here, God bless him, he saved my life. Slept through the whole ordeal, of course. Those locust berries weren't messing around. By the time he came to, the ship was empty. Nothing left but a gaping hole in the bulkhead. Barry had no choice. It was time to face his fear head on. With the lady taking water, Barry quickly fashioned himself a buoyancy aid. Strapping together beer kegs and backstays, he made a raft and took after the ugly buggers. Me, on the other hand, well, I did what I knew best. As soon as I squatted the pan, I made myself scarce. Found a tiny little stowaway on their ship, nestled in the back of their cargo hold. Figured it's safest to hide in the ship that currently wasn't being bombarded with cannonballs.
But what about Barry? You didn't try to save him?
Barry's not like you or me, son. Takes more than a few cannonballs to hurt this guy.
Aye.
Anyway, the wind was on his side and eventually Barry caught up with the ship. Slowly, he worked his way through, killing anyone who stood in his way. From the poop deck to the cockboat, to the gallery to the guns. Barry would seek vengeance however he saw fit. Meanwhile, I had discovered the booty of all booties. These men had the biggest haul of contraband I'd ever seen. Rows upon rows of crates, full to the brim with exotic spices and spirits. This was not an opportunity I was going to pass on. Anyway, Barry turned up, we commandeered the ship and sailed it back to the nearest port. The rest is history.
Wow, you guys are awesome! So, that's how you got all those exotic fruits and spices?
Most of them, yeah. We still need to top up from time to time. Having our own belt helps.
Wow, you could have been shackled and sold for labour if it wasn't for Barry. Or worse.
Like I said, I owe him my life.
You don't owe me nothing, boss.
Aw, guys.
So lad, what are you buying?
So, do you sell anything else? Besides, like, spices and fruits, I mean?
Not often. We get the occasional vintage cheese or preserve, that sort of thing. Why'd you ask?
Just wondering.
Well, be sure to stop by often. Our stock is always changing.
We had truffles last week. Bloody lovely they were.
Aye, polished them right off.
Neat.
Why stay here, though, in Wrinklewood?
Well, you see, after our somewhat troublesome time as seafaring folk, I made a promise to Barry. We set up shop just about as far away from any port as possible. He was never a fan of the Big Blue, and, well, I was getting a little sick of our attack by that point. So we travelled north and settled in the last town before the snow hits.
And here you are.
Yup, charming little place, really. Nothing to bother us here.
Well, here's to many more years of peace and quiet.
I'll drink to that.
Aye, the easy life.
So, where were you when the sun rose this morning?
Well, ain't that a mighty specific question? What's all this about?
Afraid I'm not at liberty to say. Just answer the question.
Well, I mean, I was sleeping.
And your friend here, Barry?
Yoga.
Yoga?
Yup.
Barry here had a very particular morning routine. Likes to start each day like it was his last.
It's important to look after your inner self, as well as the vessel you embody.
Wow, would never have put you as one of them mumbo-jumbo types.
Nothing wrong with wanting to look after yourself. Just you wait till you hit 30, lad. All downhill from there.
Right, well, I guess I've got that to look forward to. So, would either of you have happened to seen anything suspicious this morning? Suspicious folk, new faces, anything like that?
What about that guy you was talking about this morning? You remember him, Barry? The geezer with the crooked smile?
Yup, I remember him. Didn't like the look of him one bit.
Okay, great. Did you see where he went?
He was heading for Lover's Walk, I'm sure of it.
That's where the princess was. So, a description. What did he look like?
Young fella, not a looker. He's wearing this big old cloak, dark as the night sky.
Anything else?
Sorry, these peepers ain't what they used to be.
Well, thanks. You've been a lot of help.
Don't mention it, kid. Can't have no good folk like that hanging about. Bad for business.
Well, don't you worry. I'll have this cleared up in no time. Ain't much that gets past Wrinklewood's favourite guard.
Who's that then?
Oh, never mind. Thanks. It's been a pleasure, guys.
Don't mention it.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Right, well, make it quick.
So, where were you when the sun rose this morning?
I was sleeping, I believe. I'd had a long night. You see, attending to the paddy fields takes a lot of work keeping this town fed. Thought I'd get a couple of hours kit before starting work in the planters.
And you didn't see or hear anything suspicious?
No, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary. Not like last night, anyway.
Care to elaborate?
Well, I knew something was up. When the chickens weren't pecking, they were scared, that's for sure. Like they knew something bad was coming. Then I saw him. Some crafty layabout was nicking my dangleberries.
Mighty suspicious.
Of course, as soon as he saw me, he made a run for it.
What did he look like?
I just saw the back of him. A short oolin man in a jet black robe. Not sure what you see that for dangleberries, mind.
So we're looking for someone in a hooded robe. Can't help but feel like I've seen someone fit in that description before.
Hey, you were working the gates last night, weren't you?
Anyway, thanks for your help.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Right, well, make it quick.
Seen anything suspicious lately?
Not since last time you asked.
Oh, well, keep your eyes peeled.
Stop bothering me, would you?
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Right you are.
I doubt he's gonna let me take it.
Run me through that sacrifice stuff one more time.
Oh, if you wish.
Hold that for the bee.
I'm not going anywhere fast.
Hey, if I could just take a minute of your time.
Get lost.
You do realise I work for the Wrinklewood Guard?
Don't sweet talk me. Go on, be off with you.
Sir,
Do you want to make this personal?
I'd leave it out, Tonbert.
But I've got an investigation to do.
I can vouch for him. He ain't done nothing.
Alright, but if I find out he's to blame,
You'll do what?
I'll have someone else deal with it. Yep, walking away now. Hey, Crystal, you got a minute?
Always for you, sweetie. What's on your mind?
Seen anything new?
You mean other than you popping in every few minutes?
Anything suspicious? I'm looking for that kidnapper.
Sorry, sweetie. Not a lot happens in here whilst the sun's up.
Just look after yourself. Mighty weird goings on round here.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks. It was nice speaking to you, Crystal.
You too, Tonbert. Thanks for keeping us normie townsfolk safe.
Just doing my job. Oh, I want the sharp pointy thing. Can I have it, please?
A mighty fine choice, sir. Let me just check stock. Okay, look, we do have the stock. There's just one caveat. Due to the nature of this item and following recent events involving a certain local businessman, I am unable to simply sell this to you. But if you were to, say, trade in another item in exchange for this, I would have no trouble parting with one.
What sort of thing are you looking for?
Mostly kitchenware, but we'll consider anything. Anything else take your fancy? Has something taken your fancy?
Actually, I have a few questions if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Always got time for my paying customers. You've got money, right?
So, where were you when the sun rose this morning?
Sleeping. Like any normal person would. Why'd you ask, Tonbert?
Well, as it happens, I'm investigating a matter of the utmost importance.
Oh, do tell.
I'm afraid to say our dear Princess Ferriman has been kidnapped.
Theremin? No way.
Yep, but hey, look, I'm gonna get her back. I just need to figure out how exactly. I don't even know where she's gone.
Well, if anyone can do it, you can, Tonbert.
Thanks, Sam. So, seen anything suspicious?
Nope, you're my first customer. Although, the weirdest thing happened this morning.
Oh, do tell.
Well, there's not much to it. It's just that when I opened the shop this morning, our entire stock of novelty daggers was missing. Gone. Just like that. No sign of a break-in.
That sounds mighty suspicious to me. I'll write it down in my report. Thanks, Sam.
Happy to help. So, you gonna buy anything?
You've not had anyone causing any trouble round here?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Why'd you ask?
Just doing my job. You let me know if there's anything amiss.
Don't see much bother around these parts, but I'll be sure to let the watch know.
Thanks, Sam.
Don't mention it.
Thanks for the chat. Looks like Gareth has taken over from Barrack's shift.
They should be a detective, Tonbert.
Miles Fordham at your service. There's nothing else in there. Hey, have you got a minute?
Do I look like I'm going anywhere soon?
So, what's it like working the day shift?
It's like the night shift, Tonbert, but with more sunlight.
Why'd you always have to be so smart?
Tonbert, as much as I appreciate the company, I was halfway through a particularly pleasant daydream. If you wouldn't mind, cut the small talk.
Alright, spoil sport. Anything to report?
Like what?
Anything I should know before my shift tonight? Any major developments?
What do you think, Tombert? The princess is still missing, and you've still got to take over for me when night falls. You're not thinking of going out there after her, are you?
You're damn right I am. Why is everyone in this town just so happy to sit around and wait? All the while Ferriman is out there, alone. She who we've sworn to protect, might I add.
Look, mate, I'm not about to stick my neck on the line for some royal who ain't never given me a second glance. I don't get paid enough for fighting beasts. You really think that plate's gonna hold up against the razor-sharp jaws of a wrinkleworm?
Look, Ferriman's not far. I know it. No way he's got beyond the scar. You'll see. I'll have her back before nightfall.
You better be, Tombert. I ain't covering for you.
How's the whittling coming along?
Ah, yes, my magnum opus.
Magnum what?
It's a turn of phrase. It means best thing ever, better than anything you could do.
Oh, right.
It's coming along fine, Tombert.
You still making that one in the castle?
Just finished carving the last spire this morning. Soon, I'll have the whole town done. It's like a moment in time, forever captured in oak.
Unless we have a fire?
Listen here, Tombert. I'll throw you onto the flames before my baby burns.
Your baby?
Yeah, all right. Laugh it up. Some of us have dreams, Tombert.
I'm just pulling your leg. I'd love to see it sometime, Gareth.
Yeah, well, if the king likes it, you'll be able to see it every day. Would look proper nice in a glass case or something.
Oh yeah, you could have it on show in the hallway or something. So, are you going to make a mini-me? A tiny wooden Tombert?
I've already got a tiny wooden Tombert right here. Why don't I need another one?
The height joke. Hilarious.
So, where were you when the sun rose this morning?
Sleeping, Tombert. Like most normal folk.
Yeah, but what about after that?
I fed Rocky and let him out to stretch his wings.
That's your pet pigeon, correct?
Tombert, how long have I known you? Yes, Rocky's domestic. Pigeons make for wonderful company, you know. Give them some corn and they'll give you their heart.
Right, so after that you did what exactly? See anything suspicious?
Well, by that time, everyone was flapping about the princess being missing. I put on my garb and ate some grub, and then I walked here. You know, now you mention it, if someone were to sneak into this town unnoticed, wouldn't that have happened on your shift, Tombert?
What are you getting at, Gareth?
Oh, nothing. Just, if she went missing at sunrise, then surely the bloke who nicked her snuck in overnight, you know, on your shift.
Pah. If someone had come in here, I would have known about it for sure.
Just saying, that's all. You asked.
Well, there's no need to go pointing fingers. We're in this together, and our number one priority is to get Ferriman back.
Right. Well, you best get on it, Tondi.
Anything to report?
Like what?
Anything I should know before my shift tonight? Any major developments?
What do you think, Tombert? The princess is still missing, and you've still got to take over for me when night falls. You're not thinking of going out there after her, are you?
You're damn right I am. Why is everyone in this town just so happy to sit around and wait? All the while Ferriman is out there, alone. She who we've sworn to protect, might I add.
Look, mate, I'm not about to stick my neck on the line for some royal who ain't never given me a second glance. I don't get paid enough for fighting beasts. You really think that plate's gonna hold up against the razor-sharp jaws of a wrinkleworm?
Look, Ferriman's not far. I know it. No way he's got beyond the scar. You'll see. I'll have her back before nightfall.
You better be, Tombert. I ain't covering for you.
Well, keep on whittling.
Right, thanks, Tombert.
Welcome to Wrinklewood. Population 52. 52? Where are they all hiding? It's so big, I don't know where I'd put it.
Hold it right there, Tombert. I'm afraid you'll be needing the DLC to access any areas beyond this point.
What in God's name is DLC? Sounds like some sort of horrible disease.
It's pretty simple, mate. You can't leave the town without it. DLC, or Death Liability Contract, for you wordy types, means the Crown ain't held liable if anything happens to you, which is more than likely, might I add.
Heh, I don't care about any of that. So long as Ferriman's out there, I'll stop at nothing to get her back.
Well, you stopped right here until you get the contract. Go speak to the clerk if you're so determined.
Right, then you'll let me out?
It's not like I can stop you.
Sorry about earlier, ma'am. No hard feelings, eh?
Gotta admit, you did look kinda messed up earlier, even for you.
The castle register. Keeps track of everything that comes in and out of the castle. Shame, can't make any sense of it from here. If I want to see the register, I should ask the clerk. Words don't make any sense from this angle. Hey there!
Ah, yes. Tonbert, isn't it?
That's me.
And how can I help you today, Tonbert?
Gareth says I need some DLC thing to leave the kingdom. What's that all about then? Sounds like a load of nonsense to me.
Well, you see, Tonbert, with all these disappearances, kidnappings and the like, we've had to reevaluate our policies as a company. If you die out there, we aren't to be held liable. The Treasury simply can't afford it, except technically we are, so that's what the death liability contract is about. By signing the contract, you hereby waive any and all claims you may have against and release from all liability and agree not to sue the Crown, its owners, employees, affiliates, agents and representatives, and His Majesty the King in the right of Winklewood for any personal injury, death, property damage, psychological trauma, or loss sustained as a result of your refusal to remain within castle grounds. You get into any trouble out there, and we can't help you. Sorry, lad, simply haven't got the manpower.
I'll be damned if I'm leaving Ferriman out there alone. Give me the feathery writing thing. Where do I sign?
Oh, right. I could have sworn you'd change your mind. Well, in that case, I'll just need to see some ID.
ID?
Sure. Need to know you're not signing for someone else. We'd be daft not to check.
Drat. So, I guess I'd like to apply for an ID card.
Right you are. Did you bring your birth certificate? How about a utility bill?
What's a utility bill?
Look, this is serious, lad. I can't go issuing these things to just anyone. I presume you have the processing fee.
How much is the processing fee?
50 coins, my lad. Mind you, what with these new DLC laws, there's quite a waiting list.
Waiting list?
Sure. Suddenly everyone needs an ID. Honestly, one princess goes missing and every Dick, Tom and Harry wants to win her back.
Exactly how long are we talking?
Well, seeing as I have to take them for processing myself, I'd say about 3 weeks. No rest for the wicked, that's what I always say.
Honestly, this is just getting ridiculous now. Look, I'm sure my ID's just in me other pants.
And I'll be happy to write up the DLC when you've found it.
That was very informative. Thanks.
Let me see here. Sorry, eyes aren't what they used to be. Hold on, something's not right here. Your ID card doesn't have a photo. I'd even say this isn't an ID card at all. Come back when you've got a photo ID.
You not hear me before? Beat it, Tonbert.
Hey, have you got a minute?
Doesn't look like I'm going anywhere fast.
Thanks. Catch you later.
Aye.
taking your fancy?
Actually, I have a few questions if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Always got time for my paying customers. You've got money, right?
Thanks for the chat. I'll leave him be. I'll leave him be. Oh. It says King Theodore Barrington II. Hey there, little buddy. Nature's roof insulation. I can't reach it from here. I don't think they'd appreciate that. Nothing else in there. What do you want me to do? Smush the fruit into it? I don't think so. I'll hold on to this for now. Nothing much but dust and dead bugs. It leads down to the castle dungeon. It's locked tight.
You touch me, I break Tiny Man, and I make white skin soup.
Oi, hands off!
Hey there, I've got a few questions.
What's puzzling you?
So, where were you when the sun rose this morning?
Well, I was here early. Had to check the inventory again. Why'd you ask?
I'm asking everyone. Hopefully someone saw something suspicious.
Oh well, I'm afraid I can't help you there. Nothing much happens round here.
No trouble. Thanks for your help.
Anything else? Just ask.
Ta. Anything new to report?
Nothing new, I'm afraid. Apart from the advisor, you're the only person we've had come in here.
I'll have to keep looking. Thanks anyway. Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it. That's what I'm here for.
There's a study. Just gotta find a way over there.
Don't touch anything. I am conducting an investigation of the utmost importance. Any tampering or tomfoolery will be seen as perverting the course of justice.
Calm down, I just wanted to talk.
I am far too busy for small talk.
Rude. It's just a shelf. Doesn't look particularly stable. The label says developing solution. The label says fixer. Oh, it's one of them cinematographical thingies. I've never seen one for real. Looks expensive. It's some sort of foot switch attached to the camera. There's a bunch of blank film piled up on the counter. Could come in handy.
Hey, don't touch that. You'll ruin all the photos.
An amber skylight gives the room a lovely atmosphere. Hey, there's someone that wants to see you. It's really important.
Oh yeah? And who would that be?
Barrick!
Where did you see them exactly?
In the town square.
Right. And why me exactly?
Because you're our only hope.
So you're telling me Barrick wants to see me in the town square because I'm their only hope?
Yep, that's it.
That's the biggest load of nonsense I've ever heard. Why them? And why there? Look, I really need to finish developing these cinegraphs. Stop bothering me and let me work.
Hey, there's someone that wants to see you. It's really important.
Oh yeah? And who would that be?
Barrick!
Where did you see them exactly?
In the town square.
Right. And why me exactly?
Because you're the only person in the kingdom smart enough.
So you're telling me Barrick wants to see me in the town square because I'm the only person in the kingdom smart enough?
Yep, that's it.
That's the biggest load of nonsense I've ever heard. Why them? And why there? Did you really think you could trick the smart? Stop bothering me and let me work.
I don't think that needs to be stabbed. I'll leave it where it is for now. I wouldn't want to be caught nicking that.
Hey, don't touch that.
doesn't seem to do anything. Hey, there's someone that wants to see you. It's really important.
Oh yeah? And who would that be?
Barrington himself.
Where did you see them exactly?
In the throne room.
Right. And why me exactly?
Because they'll cut off your head if you don't.
So you're telling me Barrington himself wants to see me? In the throne room because they'll cut off my head if I don't?
Yep, that's it.
Well, I best get going then. Wouldn't want to leave the king waiting. Just keep an eye on the place whilst I'm gone.
My pleasure.
And no, I didn't look that up. I just took a shot. In the dark room. Ha! I can do it too, you bitches.
This could come in handy.
What a load of nonsense. Are you trying to make me look stupid? The king didn't need me at all. You were lying. Stop wasting my time. Hey, don't touch that.
Hey, there's someone that wants to see you. It's really important.
Oh yeah? And who would that be?
The landlord at the Monk.
Where did you see them exactly?
At the Drunken Monk.
Right. And why me exactly?
Because you didn't settle your tab.
So you're telling me the landlord at the Monk wants to see me? At the Drunken Monk because I didn't settle my tab?
Yep, that's it.
Well, that's nothing new. Pemberton never pay their debts. Debts are for the poor. I shouldn't be bothered by such petty matters. Now stop bothering me and let me work.
Hey, there's someone that wants to see you. It's really important.
Oh yeah? And who would that be?
Gertrude.
Where did you see them exactly?
I'm sure. Hey, there's someone that wants to. It's really important.
Oh yeah? And who would that?
Barrett.
Where did you?
At the Wrinklewood.
Right. And why me exactly?
Because of your extensive knowledge of pickles.
So you're telling me Barrick wants at the Wrinklewood Forge because they need my extensive knowledge of pickles?
Yep, that's it.
What a load of nonsense. I mean, I am quite the expert when it comes to preserves. But that's the biggest load of nonsense I've ever heard. Stop bothering me and let...
Hey, there's someone... It's really...
Oh yeah?
Barrington.
Where did you...
In the throne.
Right.
Because they'll cut...
So you're they'll cut off my...
Yep, that's it.
Well, I best get... Wouldn't want to leave the king. Just keep an eye on them.
My pleasure. He could be back any minute. I don't want to get caught in the act. I need to find a way of stopping him getting back in. Nice! It's blocked the door, good and proper. let's see what we've got here. Looks like I can load the blank film here. Still not working. Maybe I've not loaded the film correctly. Looks like that did the trick. The film's loaded and the cinegraph's running. Time for my close-up! Sounds like something's working. Ooh! Wow, that was brief. Hopefully it snapped a good photo. Well, it did something. The film's changed colour, but the frames are all blank. Maybe there's more to this than I initially thought. Got no use for it at the moment. My hands are clean enough. Doesn't seem to do anything. I'll just test it on one photo for now. Oh, I think it's working. Well, it sort of worked. The photo's really cloudy. Still wet, too. Doesn't seem to do anything. Let's see. It worked! The photo's cleared up considerably now. I think I just need to wash off this sticky stuff now. I'll just give it a quick rinse. It's perfect! Looks just like me too. It's amazing what you can do these days. This should do the trick. I'll just stick this to the library card the old-fashioned way. Nice! My very own, somewhat sticky ID card. Hopefully it's enough to trick the clerk. Time to test his peepers. Looks like this leads round to the main entrance. Time to make a speedy getaway.
Hand it over, lad. Yes. Very interesting. Wait a minute. This is... It's a wonderful picture, Tonbert. Really captures your eyes. Well, everything checks out. Just sign here and here.
Is that all?
Yep. Thanks for your cooperation. You are now free to roam the wildlands at your leisure.
Well, I guess I'd better get going then. Princess to save and all?
That you should, lad. I'm sure the knights will take any help they can get.
It's time to save the princess.
Oh, shut up, Tonbert.
I'll leave them. Most of these taste queer anyway. me, sir. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Right, well, make it quick.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Right you are.
Hey, guys.
You again.
What'll it be, lad?
I've got a few questions if you wouldn't mind.
Ask away.
Thanks. It's been a pleasure, guys.
Don't mention it.
I've heard of these guys. They stock all sorts of fruit and have one of the largest ranges of illegal spice in all the 4 kingdoms.
Look, I shouldn't have to tell you twice. Can't let you out of the king. Go talk to the castle clerk. Ain't nothing
I should show him the DLC I got from the clerk.
Look, can't let you out of the kingdom. Go talk to... Ain't nothing I can do.
I should show him the DLC I got from the clerk. I don't want to go around showing this to any old sod. Wow, that thing sure is shiny. Wouldn't want to stand too close. I doubt he's going to let me take it. I don't want to go around showing this to any old sod. I don't think so. I'll hold on to this for now.
not going to give it to just any old stranger. I don't think that needs to be stabbed. I'll leave it for now. It's too high for me to reach, not to mention really heavy. Besides, I'm pretty sure it's empty. Hey there, little buddy. I can't reach it from here. You know, graffiti artist really isn't something I want on my record. My dashing good looks aren't going to help here. One signed death liability contract.
Yep, all seems in order. Well, on your grave be it. Just try to come back in one piece. Hey, Tom Burt.
I'll be back in no time, just you wait.
Kill it off here. And there's no way to get back to the cover sheet now without killing the game, which would kill the broadcast. So, this has been Guard Duty, and this is Quiet Dignity and Grace. Like, hate, share, scribe, comment if you need to. Links to things are where I keep my linky stuff. Patreon, PayPal, notification bell because reasons. I'll be running this midnight, 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you for watching. I do thank you for your time. Bye.